Don't go.
Welcome to the Vinny Rock Podcast.
I took the blows and did it my way.
It's time. The Vinny Rock Podcast. Yay! Well, that was a little loud. Welcome to the Vinny Rock Podcast. What's up, y'all? I got my boy with me, my buddy. We met back in 2000. I'm going to say, let's see, we met in 2000. When was that school?
It might have been 2013, 2014.
2013, 2014.
Yeah.
We were going to 37 Fox reclass.
Yeah. Hunter Liggett, California, man.
Hunter Liggett.
Yeah, man.
And last name is pronounced Hembree.
Hembree, yes.
Hembree. Yep, my boy John Hembree here with me. Before we get started with the podcast, look, at first, me and him just have a lot of adult conversations, and I think it's going to be interesting for some of you guys to hear. We'll talk on a few topics that I've been wanting to talk about, but either way, before we get there, you guys know I got some sponsors, and here they are. Core Medical Group. Core Medical Group is a testosterone replacement or hormone replacement company. You ever heard about that, Johnny?
No, man.
No,
No.
You ever thought about that?
Can't say that I have.
Really?
Yeah, man.
So check this out, man. We did a study with 40 different veterans, actual veterans, did a study, went and had their blood work done. 39 of them needed TRT.
Listen, man, I just hit 40.
You just hit 40, man, and you know, I don't know how everything's working down below.
Listen,
but
man, they say at 40, everything changes, man.
yeah, I mean, you still have the ghetto booty you had when we were in class together, but, you know, that didn't change.
Genetics, man. Genetics.
Well, damn. Core Medical Group provides TRT, and they actually do it called telemedicine. They can ship it directly to your house. So you go call them, you get your blood work done. If you're identified as one of those who needs testosterone replacement or vitamin B12 and other things like that, they can send it directly to your house. Go check them out. That's called Core Medical Group. It's a fucking awesome program. I'm on it. I don't look great because I'm lazy as fuck. But I'll fix that soon. Either way. You ever heard of Beyond Clothing?
Perhaps.
Beyond Clothing. Yeah, they're kind of like a high-end outdoor clothing, right? They do like outdoor recreational, so if camping, hiking, kind of boating. Yeah. They do a layered system to keep you warm and also keep you dry from the environments.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of our sponsors here. It's fucking awesome. I think you should go check them out. I think you'll actually like them.
Probably should. I didn't bring any cold weather gear here to Utah.
No way.
No, man.
I got a jacket of theirs if you want to borrow.
I got one.
All right. You can come by the house. I got some Beyond Clothing for you, man.
All right, man.
You guys go check them out. Go check out beyondclothing.com. Hit them up. You know, all my promo codes are going to be Rocco. Just use Rocco on every single one of these, and you should get a discount. Willie Pete's Chocolate. Willie Pete's Chocolate is an individual who makes chocolate out of his own house. Excuse me. I have.
I like chocolate, man.
Dude, yeah, but do you like spice as well?
I do.
You do. Dude, you're going to like him. A lot of people don't know about this, but Willie Pete's Chocolate, he makes different kind of chocolate bars with different Scoville units. So starting from ones that have no heat at all that my kids can eat, your kids can eat, and then there's some that escalate from there, from like, 5,000 Scoville units kind of thing, from hot to real fucking hot.
Oh, yeah.
All kinds of different chili peppers. He's got one that has habaneros in it. He's got one that has a Carolina Reaper in it. You know those.
Come on now.
You like those? Yeah. I wish I had some for you to try.
I would do it. I would do it.
I'm telling you, he makes some awesome stuff. Also, just recently, he has his own hot chocolate. It's got spice to it. You like, dude, I'm telling you, you liked it. You got to go check them out. Check out Willie Pete's Chocolates. You guys know already where to find them. I tag them all the time. WilliePete'sChocolate.co.company. Willie Pete's Chocolate Co. on Instagram. Check them out. You do like spicy stuff, don't you?
Yeah, man.
Really? That's cool, man. I can't handle too spicy.
Well, my stomach's not like it used to be. You know what I mean? So a lot, like I said, a lot's changed when I hit 40. But no, I still like my hot, spicy stuff.
That's good, man. How about GMR Gold? Do you like gold or silver? You ever collect as a kid, or coins, or precious coins, or anything like that?
No, I mean,
grandparents, nobody.
No, not that I can recall. Man.
Well, GMR Gold has a system called has a program called Bouillon Box, and you can pay $100, $200, $300. They'll ship it directly to your house, and they'll send you all kinds of different precious metals to the equivalent of that. It's actually really fun. I do it with my sons. Right, my daughter like it too, but really I just initiated it to do something cool with my sons. A box comes in, I let them open it. It's like almost like kind of finding treasure, gold kind of thing. It's really cool. So it's a program we've started. Everything that shows up, I just put it and lock it away in a safe. It's actual precious metals. If I ever needed to, I can sell it back. So it's kind of a cool program. It's kind of a way of putting some money away, but at the same time having some fun with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Vern?
Absolutely.
I feel like I had to talk like this when I talk to you.
I mind. You just keep on talking like that, bro.
You guys go check out GMR Gold. Sign up for a bullion box. Use the Rocco promo code, and you get yourself a little discount there. Aircraftmaintainer.com is a buddy of mine who started a schooling system to help get certifications that if you're an aircraft maintainer job skill in the military, you can get out and get paid more by getting the civilian certification level. So he started the school to help them get He started the school to help them get their certification, so that what they do in the military is certified in the civilian world and get paid for it. It's kind of like if you go in as a medic and you get out without your national registry, it doesn't make sense. Right. So he started his own program to help facilitate that. You can get paid more. So if you are an MOS of any kind in any branch, it is free to you. It's called aircraftmaintainer.com. Give them a call. Let them know I sent you. You can use a Rocco promo code. I just tell them Rocco sent me, and they'll hook you up.
Say it just like that.
Just like that. Rocco sent me.
Rocco sent me.
Perseverance Survival. You see what I'm wearing today?
I do.
What is that?
It's like a whoopee, man.
It's a whoopee hoodie, man.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Isn't that cool? And I also got, look at this. What are these?
Oh, man.
I got some Ranger panties.
I like it.
I got some, I didn't show them the flash of the whole beans, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah.
Got some whoopee hoodie, and I got some Perseverance Survival Ranger panties on. They got the multi-cam, because, I like that shit. So you guys check that out. They're selling them right now. They work really well right now in this winter. I got the Ranger panties. It's just something I've always worn in the military. I love to wear them now in the civilian world. I wear them sometimes as just boxers or around the house, whatever you want to do. Go check out perseverancesurvival.com. Those guys have everything you need. Last but not least, yo, ease is no seller. And if you can't handle the streets, then get the hell out. It's an old rap song back in the day, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but the last one I got is Let's Singers Whiskey. You haven't tried it yet, huh?
No, I haven't.
Dude, they sell it right down the street. Shit, I think I have some at the house. I'll give you I think I have some at the house. Come pick it up. Swing by the house.
It's early enough, man.
Hey, they don't sell it on Sundays here, but they have it at my house for free.
All right.
I'll bring it to you, man. We'll do that. Let's Singers Whiskey, you guys already know. We got our brewing has branched off. We're going to start getting beers to a store near you here soon. We're going to try and take it nationwide in a few months. Not an easy process. It's been a very, very challenging company to grow. There's a lot of competition in the alcohol space, but we really believe in our products, and we appreciate all your guys' support. But enough about me. You smoke cigars?
Not often.
I'm going to give you one before you go, though. Either way, I got some warfighters in the car.
Okay.
But let's talk about you.
Oh, boy.
Jeez, so where are you from originally?
Originally, Santa Ana, California.
Where did it actually come from?
It's South Carolina, man. I have to claim that that's where I'm from, but as you could tell, South Carolina.
How long did you live in South Carolina?
I've been there since I was 2.
Since you were little.
Yeah, man.
So you're born in California, and then your family.
Yeah.
What is that?
Father was in the Marine Corps, so
was he?
We transitioned to South Carolina way back when, and been there ever since.
I'm always interested in guys whose fathers were Marines and then sons who would become Army.
Oh man,
I did the same thing.
Yeah,
my father was a Marine, and I went to the Army. What'd your dad feel about that one?
He was okay. He was a little. I don't want to say disappointed.
Yeah,
but he was okay with the fact that I was joining the military. Period.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I had some friends in high school who decided to join the Marine Corps, and I saw how it changed them so quick.
Yeah.
And I already had that ego, and I'm like, yeah, I can't join the Marine Corps because I could just imagine how I've become.
Yeah.
So I went to the Army.
The Marines.
Yeah, man.
I have so many buddies that we talk shit all day. It's that Marine Army shit talking.
Yeah, man.
Fucking A, dude. Yeah, my dad never really said anything too bad, but when I did get my Ranger tab, he actually was pinning on the Ranger tab at the time, and he goes, I guess you're almost as good as a Marine.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So, dude, we met in 2013-14 doing the 37 Fox reclass. And those of you who don't know 37 Fox, it's psychological operations.
Correct.
At one point in my career, I walked away from the drill sergeant community to try and find a new unit. My buddy was the commander, and he pulled me in, said he needed an NCO that can help him out. I said, yep, let's do it. After getting my 37 Fox identifier, I worked as a PSYOP. What do they call it? NCO, or is it they call it?
Yeah. PSYOP sergeant, senior sergeant,
yeah,
something like that.
Did that for a little minute, and then eventually I got promoted right back into a drill sergeant position.
Of course.
I was trying to hide from them. I got an email one day saying, congratulations. And I was like, what the hell is this for? Because I was a law enforcement officer at the time, and because I was drill sergeant, or they call it 00 golf, right? The identifier that you get as a drill sergeant. I was thrown into a hat to get deployed to go train the Iraqi police in law enforcement tactics. And I was like, no, fuck that. At the same time, I was going through a divorce. And so I just told my commander, I was like, look, going through a divorce, I have to be here for the whole custody case. I can't make this. He was like, no, don't worry about it. We have plenty of people. They're just looking for every law enforcement that we have in the reserves that has 00 golf. They're putting their name in the hat.
Right.
It's crazy, dude. But at the same time, he was like, look, man, you've been doing this. I've been doing drill sergeant things since 2008. He goes, they're going to keep trying to do this. Why don't you go try something different for a minute? And I was like, you know what? You're right. And so I decided to reclass 37 Fox. And then
here we are.
Me and you met. You were E7 at the time.
E7 at the time, yeah.
And now you're an E8.
Yep.
And and promotable potentially. Or promotable.
Yeah.
Weird subject.
Yeah, absolutely.
But either way,
there's a lot of history there.
Yeah, but you are an E8 and you've been doing your thing, and we tend to have a lot of conversations about leadership in the Army.
Yeah.
Right? And how crazy it is. And how about this? I'm trying to get you in trouble here.
Yeah. Be careful now.
Trying to make it
careful.
safe.
Yeah.
So how about this?
I'm in a safe zone, right?
Then this is trust tree. Don't worry, this doesn't leave this room.
Okay.
So when you get new soldiers coming to units, have you seen a big change in the difference of how soldiers are personality wise? How about physical fitness levels? How about even I don't know, sensitivity wise?
Yeah, I mean it's weird. Been in 3 days, be 22 years, man.
Damn.
And I've seen a lot of changes from in the last 22 years.
Yeah.
From the type of caliber of soldiers we're getting in, the type of caliber of soldiers that we actually still have in.
Yeah.
And watching the transition, the change, the relaxation, the way it was in 1998 to now.
Yeah.
is completely different.
When you first got in, what was your MOS?
31 Romeo, which is communications.
How many different MOS have you had in the military now?
2 right now. Yeah.
So it's the Romeo and then now 37 Fox.
Correct. Yeah.
And so I mean, just my era. I was in Ranger Battalion in 2000. I joined the Army in 2003. Got to Ranger Battalion in 2004. So it was late 2003 when I actually was in basic training. Went into Christmas break and then boom onto the 2004. Started going into Airborne RIP and then Ranger Battalion. And basic training is one thing, right? They never put their hands on us, not once. I know in my dad's time they put hands on them.
Right.
In your time, did they ever put hands on you?
No, they come close.
They come close.
Oh yeah.
That's back when they can actually put the brim of the hat on your face and kind of bump you, thump you a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
So then, as I'm in there was really very little of that, if any. It was definitely smoke sessions. Like we'd be in the room and they would smoke the fucking dog shit out of us. We've done smoked in rucksacks. We've done smoked in full fucking Mop 4 level gear.
Absolutely.
Meaning NBC gear, your neurological, biological, fucking chemical suits. So it's just multiple different layers of suits to help you stay safe.
Back then it was charcoal based.
It was.
So they was baking you and cooking you.
Oh, you were cooking. Yeah. You were cooking and you had your gas mask on and you had your floppy ass fucking boots on and you're fucking doing up, down, goes, left and right. That's a good smoke session. Those are one of the ones where it makes you think like, what am I doing?
Yeah, give me a minute. Let me.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to compose yourself after that one. You got to find some motivation.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep going.
See, I couldn't do that as a drill sergeant. Right. I wasn't allowed to. So like the mop level gear stuff is kind of my era, your era maybe. Maybe a little bit after me, it was still acceptable, right? Then I go into RIP. RIP is Ranger Indoctrinal Program, right? At that time, we had some pretty serious smoke sessions where I'm like, look, I would never want to get any of those boys in trouble, but there were some fucking serious ones where I was like, I don't know if this is allowed or not, right?
Right.
I seen a dude get fucking knocked into the bushes and I never saw him after that, right? So I'm like, I don't know if he got his ass whooped. I mean, I got chased for miles by a Doberman Pinscher. So any of you that are listening and know what I'm talking about, remember those days of being chased for miles by a Doberman Pinscher. Scary's going to bite the fuck out of you. Yeah, that's the era that kind of, in the Ranger Battalion, because it's a little different. Like that's a small pocket of like, there's things that are a little bit more allowed, they're a little bit more lenient, and a little bit more just turn your head. Right. And then when I get into Ranger Battalion, I was, by the time I became an NCO or a tabbed Spec 4, they call it, right, in Ranger Battalion, when you get your tab, you're fucking golden, right? It's time to fuck dudes up, right? We are training them, but like a very harsh, aggressive manner. Like fighting chokeouts, fucking. I mean, you can tell if we be in a platoon formation, and I can say, first squad, go ball up second platoon, and my first squad privates cannot fucking hesitate 1 second. They will fall out of formation the right way, and they'll just run over there and tackle every private they see and start choking them out till they either pass out or tap out. I mean, that's the fight culture in Ranger Battalion that we grew up in. It happened with me as well. I had squad leaders say, bring me into a room with all the privates, and it's like, Vargas, start choking these dudes out, and fucking, it's go time. It's find a dude, wrap them up, bam, next, bam, and you're just fucking, you're fighting. Put on the gloves. Go ahead. Let's go, guys. We're going to do, our PT is going to be fucking fighting, right? So you put on the gloves and throw down. You know, I had my nose broken like that once, me and my buddy Forsyth, you know what I mean? So understand, like, that's the culture that we developed in Ranger Battalion. And again, it was kind of accepted. I don't know if Ranger Battalion is like that anymore, but it was accepted because, to be all honest, I wouldn't want it any other way. Right. I wouldn't want some of our, highest forms of fucking badass dudes in the military have any qualms about a fight. The scrap, right? We wanted Ranger Battalion. We wanted to be fully engulfed into the fight culture. That's why we took combatives so serious. That's why guys like Matt Larson turned combatives into like a new Army program, because he was trying to have a blanket approach to developing the military as a fight cultured community. I mean, we would be the best fighting force, and everyone would be willing to fight. It didn't. It turned out it didn't happen that way because a lot of people are insecure about fighting. And I'm sure the guys who liked fighting were there, and the guys who didn't like fighting avoided it. Right. It's essentially what happened, right? But that's the kind of thing that was really cool. By the time I became a drill sergeant, bro, you can't make them do more than 10 push-ups at a time.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Like that's crazy. So imagine you have kids.
I do. I have two of them.
Do you raise your kids the same as your dad raised you, and dad and your mom?
Some people would say that I have tendency of expressing some of the same aspects of my parents, but I'm prepared. Hopefully I'm preparing my kids to be prepared for the unknown. Right. Who knows what this world is going to be like. Right. But we could look at it and see that we are on a path of a certain path. You know what I mean?
Scary times.
Absolutely scary times. And
you can't raise naive people.
Correct.
It's same in the military. We can't raise naive soldiers.
Absolutely.
And we're slowly raising naive soldiers.
I would have to agree.
And we at least have one kind of control in our own household, is raising kids that aren't naive.
Right.
So why aren't we doing the same to our soldiers?
That's a good question.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. That's
my problem. Like, look, if you would discipline your kids when they're wrong, praise them when they're right, just like you in the military. Why is that? Well, in all honesty, all we're doing with our kids is trying to raise them to be prepared for all the shit that's coming for them, right? Us as parents are just grabbing the wealth of knowledge of the experiences in our lives and saying, look, don't make the same mistakes I did, or you can be better off than I was if you take this approach. At the same time, letting them know that, the world is fucking full of crazy motherfuckers.
Yep.
And we're going to try and mentally make them strong enough to handle these things. Why aren't we doing that with our soldiers?
I think some of us are. I mean, I would have to say is
correct.
Some of us are,
but aren't our hands tied?
A lot of times our hands are tied. We got to be creative of how we maneuver and navigate through those.
That's correct.
Those crazy times.
So check this out, and you have any stories, please? I love your mentorship and as well as your experience in the whole thing, because you've done it for so many years. But
thanks.
I came from Ranger Battalion. From Ranger Battalion, I went into drill sergeant unit. From a drill sergeant unit. So now you understand both of those units are kind of like, treat me with respect, talk to me about, you know what I mean? When I say you do, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
Right? Then I go into a PSYOP unit. Imagine the fucking transition that was.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
The first day I walk in, I hear someone calling someone else by their first name. I'm running a range, bro. I'm running a legit fucking range, and people are fucked up already, and I'm losing my mind because it's the drill sergeant side of me is like, these people scare the fuck out of me. Right? The ranger side of mine, like, these guys all suck at shooting. Right? Then now I'm in PSYOP, and I'm like, hey, private, what's your name? And I'm just trying to write her name on the paper because she's zeroing. And she goes, I'm not going to say her real name. She goes, Angela? And I was like, is that your first fucking name? She goes, yes. And I was like, what's your last name? She goes, Martinez. I said, Martinez, get the fuck out of my face. Like, I got so goddamn mad because I'm like, who the fuck is going to tell me their first name? I don't know half the motherfuckers I work with in Ranger Battalion's first names. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this unit was so comfortable just saying, oh yeah, it's Angela. What's up?
It's the culture, man.
Bro.
The culture has changed.
And I think, there's kind of this balance of like the old school way of fucking being a leader. I don't necessarily agree is correct. I think there's this fine balance in leadership that there has to be some authoritative figure that keeps the structure, that keeps the hierarchy in order, right? Like you have to identify who's in charge and when they're in charge.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, that you don't have to beat the fuck out of them to get the best out of them, right?
Correct.
I
mean, like I said, the culture has changed, in figuring out on how that culture is doesn't necessarily mean that culture is correct or wrong. But there are some standards and some disciplines that needs to be established and maintained. Like, I still cringe when I hear first names. Yeah. But I'm not going to lose my mind over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because in order to complete the mission and in order to complete whatever task has been given to you, you need the individual soldiers, the group of soldiers to get to that point. So now it's, how do you get them there without losing discipline, without losing the standard? And I think some of the success that I've had is because of the background that I have. I was in education for a period of time, and things like that. So being able to relate to individual soldiers and getting them motivated in a way to move forward. Some people were motivated by that hammer coming down from the Ranger, from special operations kind of mentality, to not so much of that. And let me coddle a little bit because they need some nurturing.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Just like your children, you need to nurture those children, at the same time enforce those standards. When you step out of line, here's the consequences from that.
Well, think about the root of like the military version of leadership. Like let's backtrack off of the family real quick, because it's kind of too different, right? But somewhat, right?
There's a lot of overlap.
100%. But what are we doing right now in this time? We're training our soldiers and preparing them for combat. 100%, right? We've been at war,
right?
And so in combat, at no point do you ever want one of your soldiers to question your choices,
right?
Because when they do, they potentially could risk other people's lives, right? And how do you build someone so fucking ready for that moment in a moment's notice? Just if I say jump, they jump, right? Like, and that's part of the training that leading up to.
And today, the soldiers now want to know why.
Yeah, why is this going to benefit me?
Right. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the why questions. I'm okay with soldiers wanting to know why we're doing stuff. But look, there's some details. There's some things you just don't need to know, or you don't know, and it's just like, hey, this is what we need to get done. Let's get it done the most efficient.
Well, think about this. Once you've built rapport with your kids or soldiers, they have no reason to doubt you.
Correct.
So they just follow.
Should.
Right. They should. But if you're a leader that doesn't lead by example, lead from the front, doesn't display the same attributes that you're expecting your subordinates to have, why the fuck would they follow you? And why wouldn't they question you? Because they already have doubt. If you've instilled doubt in your youth, if you've instilled doubt in your subordinates, they're definitely going to question every fucking decision you make, because they don't know if it's in the best interest of them.
Well, that may be true sometimes as well, but you're never going to have 100% buy-in from everybody in your organization.
For sure.
So there's going to be those 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5 people that are influencing the thought processes of everybody else. So you may have that rapport that you need to execute whatever without any doubt, without any question. Yeah. But because of the loudest ones is causing the resistance that you need to be able to just say, hey, this needs to get done. Let's get it done. I remember 22 years ago when the first sergeant said something, there was no question.
Never.
Regardless of how messed up or how some of the questionable decision he or she has made, you just did it. Today, no, man. Some of the first sergeants that I know, even while I was a first sergeant, I would put something out, have a directive. I don't make this stuff. I don't have time to create new things. Yeah. I take directives from higher and then I massage it. Yeah. Push it out and get stuff. Have soldiers get it done, but then at the same time, I'm getting all these questions because it's that culture that we have now.
Yeah. And what have you done? You just kind of have to go with it, or else Or else it becomes more difficult, or what?
It can be difficult, but like I've tried to find ways to get the buy-in.
Right.
You know what I mean? I shouldn't have to explain why something needs to get done. It just needs to get done.
Yeah.
You know, but I do my very best to explain things in a way that those who I'm giving the information and directive to, they understand. They have a better understanding of why we have to do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So like, let me go to parenting for you. So just recently, the other day, I mean, listeners just going to first hear this. My daughter got a concussion.
Yep.
And she's out for the season for multiple reasons. That was a pretty serious concussion, we find out, and it's fucking with her pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
2, her and her boyfriend did some stupid ass shit, you know, and she got caught. And me as a dad, like, you're done from the team. And she goes, Dad, I'm going to get healthy. My, you know, the head is going to, you know, I was like, yeah, but you're done from the team. And the coach himself questioned that. He goes, are you sure you want, she's doing good season? And this is my oldest. And I said, yeah. Because in my house, if there's no repercussions for your actions, well, then what am I even parenting for?
Right.
And what am I teaching her a lesson or just allowing her to make stupid decisions, right? And it wasn't even something that was so dramatic. It was enough that it got me nervous. Like, hey, dum-dum, you don't have to do this. I'm your dad. We know you have a boyfriend. Doesn't offend me. I just ask you to handle it in a mature manner. And if you don't know what that means, well, then that's for me to help you understand. You see what I'm saying?
Right, absolutely.
So they're sneaking out of the house, right? And I'm like, what happens if there's an emergency? Who do you call? The one guy that'll fucking rip down every door in the fucking everywhere. The one guy that'll fucking save both of you motherfuckers in the worst scenario has no idea that you've gone.
Right.
Think about that.
Yeah, man.
Bro. And so it's like, so I took it from the team. So you're done from the team. And part of me hates that, right? Because I think how important sports is for kids' development in life, right? Like, in all honesty, my daughters can go and do 4 years of college wrestling, and it turns out to be nothing, but it was everything. You see what I'm saying? Like, whether it ever amounted to the Olympics or it amounted to fucking anything, it was everything, because all the skill sets you learn in sports, in teamwork, in individual individual challenges, I give them the world, right? That's the more I can teach them in anything is just go out there and compete.
Right.
And so like removing her from a team hurt me because I'm like, oh man, it's going to suck because she's just going to be sitting here at home. So she's going to have to go work more, whatever the case. But I'm hoping to God that's the right decision by showing her there's consequences and repercussions for every action made.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so it's funny when the coaches didn't understand that. I'm like, no. Sports doesn't run our household.
And I don't know the coach, but the coach may be just looking at the fact that your daughter is a key element of the success of the team. And if she's not there, then that jeopardizes their success for the season. Correct. I don't know.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you're looking at it from a parenting standpoint, right. And everybody has their opinion about how to parent.
Yeah. We talked about this before.
Yeah. But in the Vargas household, there's different rules and different consequences. Same thing in my household. There's different rules and different consequences. So, I mean, I say keep doing what you're doing, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
She's got to know that there's boundaries, bro.
Right. Absolutely.
Right? But all kids do, right? And I think
absolutely.
That's the funny thing in parenting when you say, you know, we were saying it's like, if I posted this on social media, my opinion, people would have 90,000 other opinions.
Oh my gosh! You'll have to delete it. You have to delete it because
I don't want to stab half the people in the face for fucking talking some shit, right? You don't have to rebuttal that. But I'm saying is you can post any opinion online and everybody has their own reaction to it.
Yeah.
I posted keto, right? And I already look, I don't give a fuck what anyone's opinion is of keto. I don't give a fuck what anyone really thinks about fucking dieting. Right. I've been doing fitness and dieting for so many years. I fuck it up, I do it right my whole life, right? I think this is kind of the process of the fitness, right? It genuinely is what it comes down to.
It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah. And that's what it's been in my life. And I'm okay with that. Like there's no insecurities in that, right? Yeah. So it's like I put keto because I know the polarizing fucking answers I'm going to receive. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just fucking see what the internet's going to say today. Huh. And genuinely, I sit there and just entertain myself.
Sometimes you need a good laugh for the day.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, man.
And so I put keto. Anyone tried it? What are your thoughts, right? Bro, it's the crazy thing. You got fat dudes saying, bro, it doesn't work, right? It's unhealthy. You got fit dudes saying it works or it doesn't. Like, it's the polarizing of fucking information that fucking is out there. It's like, listen, I don't give a fuck what it is. Anything you put out there, everyone has their own opinion. Mm-hmm. Like, and I know that. I don't post these because I'm clueless. Like, you think I'm that fucking dumb? No.
Nah, bro.
I post these because I know how fucking other people are going to just fly off the rocker and give their opinion as if they're fucking anything. Like, if they have any validity behind their answers, it's just something they've either heard. I didn't see one doctor comment. Not one doctor, actual doctor, that focuses on nutrition and say anything negative about it or positive. Just a bunch of fucking internet people just saying their opinions, which is funny to me because it's like, what makes you the fucking guy that knows, right?
Right.
It's an interesting world. And this is the same thing why I don't post about other things online, because everybody has their opinions.
Oh, yeah.
It's just Trump, right? Everyone has their opinions on Iran. Everyone has their opinions on fucking all this shit, which becomes a fucking mess. And this is also why the military to me is like such a hard place right now, because before everyone in the military had the same opinion, had generally a very similar view.
I would say
very similar view.
Very similar. Yeah.
Now the military itself is polarized on their opinions of our president, of like just things going on, and it's wild as fuck. What do you think about women in Ranger Battalion? Women in Ranger School?
I won't comment on.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I won't comment and have an opinion on the military side of the house.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
But I mean, I'm not opposed to. There's a lot of stuff that I'm not opposed to. You know what I mean? And I've never been in a Ranger element, so I mean, I probably will not be the best one to comment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think there's a lot of women out there that is fully capable of
100%.
You know what I mean? But
it's funny because anytime there's a woman that graduates from whatever course or something like that, someone tags me, right? And I don't know why they tag me, because they know like I don't fly off the handle. I'm not like a social media freaking loudmouth that just jumps off to anything that's, I'm not here to, I don't give a fuck really. Right. In all honesty, it's none of my business. I'm just like, cool. Good for them.
Yeah.
But it comes down to like, I mean, I'm raising daughters too, right? Like people forget that.
Right.
I'm raising daughters who I want to be tough as fucking nails.
Right. If your daughter wanted to go to Ranger School,
100%.
Thumbs up. I mean,
you know what I would tell her though? Don't look for an easy way in. Don't look for an easy way out. Right. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, don't fuck, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to go, you fucking go, and you do everything everyone else does.
Right.
You're held to the fucking standard.
Right.
And if at any point someone wants to give you a hand me, get the fuck out of here with that.
Right.
Because I don't respect that.
Yeah.
I don't respect that as male or female. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm the same way with my girls. If when they get older and where they want to do certain things, if they want to do it, then don't look for the easy way. Don't look for the handout. Don't expect the same treatment that everyone else is getting.
100%.
But like I said, I'm not there yet with my girls are really young.
Here's the crazy thing, bro.
Yeah.
By the time your girls get to the competing age, how many transgenders will they be competing against? That's the scariest subject for me right now, because my girls wrestle.
Yeah.
They wrestle boys half the time because Utah hasn't sanctioned all girls yet until next year.
Right.
But like, what happens till next year? It's sanctioned all girls, and there's several transgenders that are boys. Do I care? I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care if you're transgender. I don't care what you are. I really don't. But it becomes this crazy argument where it's like, but you have male genetics and biology, which means testosterone,
right?
And 15 years of building that, whatever that is, right? It becomes like, is it fair or unfair?
Right.
And I'm interested to see when that happens. My niece recently competed. She's trying to do the Olympics in running, right? She's pretty high up there, doing well, and she competed against transgender. And I was like, oh, and she loses every time. And I'm like, what a tough conversation that is.
Right.
I haven't had to have that with my daughter, but I think about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not there yet either.
How about yeah, bro. Man. I think about it all, bro. Right now in our age, like it's a wild time for me.
It's like I need a moment again.
Yeah, you better think about that, because shit's coming. Shit's coming. How about selective service? So when you turn 18 as a male, you have to sign up for that thing. If the draft kicks off, all men are fucking entered into the draft.
Right.
And then it's a lottery.
Oh, man.
What happens when your girl has to do it? How do you feel about that one?
Oh man, yeah, that's another tough one as well, But
we had a conversation in the car about this.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be
challenging, bro.
Very challenging to.
Because I told my daughter, I said, "Look, do you want equality?" She goes, "Yes, but I don't want to go in the military." I was like, "But you want equality?" I was like, "I'm being the and not just being devil's advocate for two teenage girls that are pretty smart and like wanting to have a good conversation yet debate.
Right.
Over what, you know what I mean? To get them thinking about like, hey, here's the reality of life, you know? And so I told my daughters, I have my 14-year-old and my 16-year-old, 17-year-old in the car, and we're just going, right? We're talking about it. I said, so you're going to sign for selective service? What if we go to World War III right now? Are you going to join the military? I don't know. I was like, would you be mad if I did? Yes. I was like, why? This is what I've done my whole life, right? I serve. All right. And I was like, what's wrong with that? She goes, I think it's dumb. I was like, well, what do you think it's dumb for? Right? And we're going at it, bro.
Right.
And I understand her side as a daughter, scared of me getting hurt. But two, one of them just does want nothing to do with the military. She goes, I don't want to do selective service. I don't want to go in the draft. I'm like, well, that's not fair. That's not fair. You want equality as a woman. And I agree. I think you should. Mm-hmm. But then that sense means equality all around.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You want to be a firefighter, you're going to do the same firefighter test as anyone else. You want to be a cop, you want to be the same as everyone else. Like there is no, and that's the cool thing about raising daughters for me is trying to show them the other side of it's not be beautiful, be elegant, be classy, but also be tough, be independent.
Yeah.
And be a savage when you need to be.
Yeah.
Right.
I got a 4 and 2-year-old, man. They're super independent women already.
And they should be.
Yeah.
My fear is them being too independent. My daughters being so independent that they don't even need a man. Right. They're like, nah, I'm good. And I'm like, you know
I got this, boo. I got this, boo.
Yeah. They're going to be like, listen, because, the funny thing about teenagers, because I even have a boy, they like wearing skinny jeans and all this stuff, right? And I'm just like, the styles, bro, where like men are starting to dress more like women every day. And it is what it is. When I was younger, it was baggy clothes.
Sure.
And so it's just a weird time, man. I was like, I told my daughters, like, do you want your husband to know how to change your oil? Do you want him to know how to change a tire? Do you want him to know how to fight? What my youngest one goes, I don't need that, Dad. I can do it.
Right.
And I can fight for myself. And I'm like, oh my God, who are you going to marry then? Like, she don't care.
Right.
Just someone to be nicer. And I'm like, that's good.
That's it. That's good. It.
But the dynamics of like the relationships these days have also evolved and changed.
Yeah.
Right. Like to us in our world, the man does protect the wife. Right. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Right. This isn't sexist, isn't chauvinist or anything. Men are kind of anticipated to protect the family. Mm-hmm. Men work hard. Men do all the grimy shit in the household. You throw the trash, you cut the lawn, you do the shit, right?
Get the spiders, get the bugs.
There you go, spiders and the bugs, right?
Yeah, man.
The men do, right?
Yeah.
The only thing different is I cook too, right? But that's nothing wrong with that. I think it's still kind of manly.
Yeah.
Right?
I do laundry in my house.
Hey, there you go. I would never do laundry. That's one thing. That's one of when we started dating. I said, I don't do laundry.
I think I did dinner once and messed it up so bad, so I don't have to do that anymore.
It's a good plan, man.
Yeah, man.
I think I did that with laundry.
Yeah.
These are the whites, add the red in.
Yeah, that makes sense. Put it all in. That's how I learned it in basic.
I'll never do that.
Put it all in one load.
Everything goes in one load, bro.
That's right.
Everything. But that's the thing. It's like, so we're in the era where men are just kind of just tough. Even if they're not, they still do the man shit. There's kind of this definitive line of just the scrappy, shitty shit. Like, I'll sacrifice myself and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's kind of changing, dude. And I'm trying to raise my boys to stay that way, but as well as not be the asshole and be too tough on them either.
Right.
Like I don't remember. I have a 10-year-old. I don't remember me. I don't know if I was 10 and I cried as much as my 10-year-old, but my 10-year-old is a pretty emotional kid. He's just everything offends him. Or
I'm 40 and I'm an emotional kid too.
Bro, I watch fucking America's Got Talent and I cry. Okay. That's the kind of emotion I am.
Listen, man, I close my eyes and look at and imagine the bridge going from DC into Maryland, the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, man. I can't do it without shedding up a tear, man. That's
a good memory.
That's the moment I remembered that I recognized that I was going to be a father for the first time.
That's beautiful.
And to this day, man, I can't think about that bridge.
Anything I watch on a father and daughter or father and son on TV that's emotional.
Oh yeah, that's it.
I break.
Oh yeah,
I break. But there's a difference to that, I think, right? That's kind of. I feel like that's humanity, and experiencing humanity, you start to get softer.
And times are changing too, man. Because
my dad never would have cried.
My dad never would have cried. No.
But my dad never would have changed a diaper too.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he changed my niece's diapers a couple times.
Well, of course. Yeah. But like his own kids.
Yeah.
My dad never did. Now, I know that for a fact. When I was like, nah, he's never changed a diaper. I remember my first time changing my daughter's diaper. My dad walked in and was, what are you doing? Take it to your mom. I'm like, what? It's my daughter. I got it.
It doesn't work that way now.
Yeah. It don't work that way. Different. But as we change, what do our sons? You're not going to have any more kids. But if you had a son,
I don't know, man.
You don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We thought about a third. Time's a ticket, man.
All this shit is just a trip to me, right? Because you never know. Like, we don't know the outcomes of our kids' lives until they become adults, and whether what we did as leaders, it was even right. Raising my kids right, raising my soldiers right. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's a couple times with my soldiers I was a little too fucking hard on. I mean, you can ask a few of them. They know I've given them a left hook across the fucking face.
Sure.
That's an asshole move. Like, the version of me now would never. It would take a lot. I'll say that
to get there.
It would take a lot for me to do that.
I mean, you're absolutely dead on. I mean, we don't know what kind of foundation, what kind of impact we have until years to come.
Yeah.
Same thing with our kids. I mean, you and I have discussed this where we've had, soldiers in the past would call you, reach out to you, and thanking you for a moment that you may have forgotten about, but it resonated with them and it impacted who they are as a soldier, as a person. And, I get a call every once in a while from soldiers from previous units doing the same thing. So we don't know until years to come. All we could do is live the moment now and hope that we are building a better force, better kids for the future.
Yeah.
And just do our best.
I don't know. Hopefully we're not raising a weaker army, right?
Yeah.
It's a scary time for that to me. You know, I mean, it's beautiful to still have a very strong culture in the infantry units, your combat arms units, because I think those guys change slower because there's kind of a bravado to those units that kind of maintain the history of who they are and why they are. It's all the other units that have slowly changed into just more laxed, more comfort of whatever their job is, which, to be honest, there's some of those units you don't have to be this asshole. You just have to work well and do your job.
Right.
Intel, just do your job. Right.
Absolutely.
All these different positions, do your job. And then you have, the infantry that.
Those infantry folks, those guys that are
combat arms dudes.
That's out foot patrol out in the mix of the stuff, and that they can't be relaxed. They can't be too sensitive.
No, they have to have a warrior culture.
You're right. That mindset has to be there.
Has to be, man.
Otherwise, it's life or death.
Yeah. Crazy.
You can't be hand to hand, face to face with the enemy and be like, hold on, guy.
Hey, give me a hug, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking hug.
Can we hug this out? I mean, it could work. I don't know.
You never know, bro.
But I'm not a big history buff.
Yeah.
But I don't know too many history battles and wars where the outcome was successful or won. The winning side gave more hugs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I've never given a hug.
Yeah, but I definitely think that there's elements of the military that has more leeway, more room to kind of like relax and step back a little bit from the Vietnam,
for sure,
Korea era. And then there's elements that can't break too far away from that.
Right. Well, it's funny. I kind of quote Jocko.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard Jocko before?
Yeah.
He has a book called The Dichotomy of Leadership, and I think that's just a great definition. That word itself, it's just you can't be too tough on them, but you can't be too nice to them. It's this kind of weird balance, and
right. It's a balancing act.
It's same as like balancing family, right? We talked about that balancing raising kids. And
yep. It's a little bit easier to juggle two aspects.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's like completely easy, but in the concept of tossing two balls or two knives or whatever two flames, whatever you're juggling, it's a little bit easy. The concept is a little bit easier. Tossing two, throw one up, hand one off to the next hand, catch, toss one up, repeat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then when you throw a third element, fourth element, man, I might throw one ball up and drop the rest of them.
Yeah,
that's it.
Fuck.
Yeah, man. If that blew your mind, I'm sorry.
I'm still trying to figure out juggling. So.
Yeah. Do I need a demonstration?
No, we're good. We have nothing in here that you can juggle. Well, shit.
Yeah, man.
If you can give one lesson to anyone, any soldier coming in, what is it?
Oh man.
Andy, is there something you say to people? Is there some like go-to thing as a leader?
I mean, it's case by case, man. I get a lot of questions about how you do it and why you do it and just a variety of things, man. There's a number of things that I will share with people, and that is, you know, really no one's going to take care of you but you,
yep.
or no one's going to take care of you better than you, you know, only you know you. You know what I mean? So you keep driving, and if you have goals, you have aspirations, seek it and go after it. You know what I mean? There's going to be 100 people standing in the way. There's going to be haters. There's going to be people that's like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, why can't I do that? Is there a real reason why you can't do that? You know, you're 7 foot tall and you want to be a jockey and ride a horse. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah. That's not realistic.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're a female coming into the military and wanting to go Ranger, do it. It's doable. It's feasible. Go after it.
Yep.
You know, don't give up on it. You know what I mean? And then having that support team.
Yeah.
You know, my wife.
Huge
support. I couldn't do what I do without her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So having that support in your corner, cheering you on to continue to push forward is how that's how you be successful. So,
I love it.
And if you don't have that, I'm not saying go out and get married and find one, you know what I mean? But there's other people out there that could be supportive.
Yeah. My mom was a big supporter.
Right. In the same way. So, yeah, I mean, those are two of the biggest things.
Yeah.
You know, and then depending on the topic, I go in a depth of other things, but you know, this podcast is probably not the time for that.
No, I love it. No, and I appreciate it. I appreciate your wisdom and your words as a senior NCO, as a friend. You know, it's been good. You know, and you've seen my growth in my life and the choices I've made and you know the downfalls and fucking everything. And I'm sure it's been interesting.
You just keep doing it, man.
That's it.
Just pick yourself up and keep moving, man.
That's all it's been.
Yeah. I just had a thought and it just passed me, man.
Fuck that thought.
It'll come back.
It'll come back.
It's like a boomerang. It's 40, dude, man. I'm 40, remember?
We are out of here, man. Is there anything out there you want to plug, man? You're more than welcome to. Anything.
Nah, man.
No? Any organizations you really like? Anything you've used? No? You're good.
I'm good, my man.
Fucking A.
You just keep doing you, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for doing you.
I mean.
And did it more.